Today we are here at the Petronas Twin Towers in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. This is an icon of Malaysia, and we are at the Petronas office here. Interview with Suhana Sidik. Suhana, my interest here today is to know about the changes in your life. I know that you've a mother today. I knew you when you were single.
Yep.
I know you are an accomplished speaker. And this opportunity allows Talklane here, Talklane Asia, to help understand an executive woman today in a leading company, in a country that is full of tourists today who come to this iconic building. I brought many friends here to Kuala Lumpur, and I always must bring them here, and they take beautiful pictures with them home. So without saying more, please introduce yourself to the worldwide audience who will watch this, and introduce about yourself and tell us about your life.
Right. Yeah. Hi everyone. Hi. My name is Suhana. I work for Petronas, a national oil company in Malaysia. So I have been working for Petronas for the past 10 years. So that is actually quite long to actually stay in one company overall. But I love the company very much, and that loyalty and passion for the company is there. I am married, yes. I got married 3 years ago after going through a very workaholic single life. I decided to settle down finally, and I have a son right now who is 14 months old. I come from a very big family. I've got 9 other siblings. Yep, and our family is actually from the east of Malaysia, called Kelantan. So, yeah, we live in a very big and happy family, and life has been interesting for me overall.
That's why I wanted to particularly talk to you and listen to you. From Kelantan, I know Kelantan. It's a very nice beach area, remote part of Malaysia. I go there for holidays, the beautiful beaches. From Kelantan, you're here in metropolitan Kuala Lumpur. So how did life change for you?
Well, if you know Kelantan like we do, it's a place where it's further from Kuala Lumpur, very far remote from the urban life that we know, but the place is serene and interesting enough. You love the beaches, you love the food especially, and the people are just friendly. If you know, most people in Kelantan, they come from a very business-minded people. So if you look at most of the people in KL, so this is where all of the business families are, because women especially, we are very much business-minded and we are very independent. So if you meet my sister, if you meet my mother, and if you meet most of the Kelantanese women, we are the backbone of the family, we are the strong one, I would say, and it's a trait that we've actually inherited from the state itself.
That explains it, very much. Thank you. And so, tell me about your life in Kuala Lumpur and your family, your young family, and then working in a large organization. How do you handle all these things? I'm sure it's a big change from where you came from and your upbringing.
Yep. No, I started really as someone who enjoys work, who enjoys social life as well. So I do have quite a balanced work and life. And I must say that I have a very supportive family, because I am still a workaholic person until today. In fact, yesterday I came back around midnight, but my family has very much been supportive into making sure that I do have a young son at home. But we've got technology to communicate, so I do make sure that I do talk to him every single day. I mean, he can mumble, he can talk things that you don't quite understand, but looking at him every single day just make you feel connected and very close. In fact, I have this to remind me of him every single day. So it just happened that one day I was just, taking things out from my handbag and I saw this. And I knew that it was from him. I mean, probably sort of a reminder to say, Mommy, I miss you. Don't forget about me. Come home soon, etc. But yeah, life as a married woman and an executive in a large corporation is quite challenging and demanding as well. But I believe anyone can do it. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're a man or you're a woman, whether you're coming from the Western countries or more of Eastern, Asian, etc. As long as you have the strong will, you want to succeed. It doesn't matter whether you're a man or woman. You've got equal opportunity to do so. When I started a couple of years ago, I was actually an engineer. So, and because I work in an oil and gas company, you can imagine the typical engineer in coveralls. We do wear yellow coveralls to go to work, and we wear boots and the hard hats. So we experience a lot of hardship in construction sites. I do go and work in platforms offshore, a few hundred meters from the mainland, and you do so because not just because you're young, because you love the challenge, and that's what important. But as you get older, you've gained enough knowledge, you're trying something new. So I decided to come back to KL, take up a more managerial role, and expand my knowledge and learn something new. So it has been quite an interesting moving from a more engineering, technical to a more managerial, leading change, leading company strategic direction. But I love every single minute of it.
Well, here is definitely different from Kelantan. Kelantan, I love the people there. I found actually that since you've mentioned that the women seem to be in charge, so now I look back at all the Kelantanese people.
Yep.
Yes, there's that trend there. And so, but right here in the Twin Towers, this is the icon of Malaysia.
Yeah.
And the theme that I hear from most people, and I like to hear from them, is about change is occurring not only in your personal life, but in our environment, in our country. What are some things that you've seen as changes here in Malaysia that you feel is positive, that I believe as a Malaysian born myself, there are many positive things there, that people come here and they love this country, they love the people, and they want to stay and come back again and again. So what do you think is that element that's there in this country that attracts people?
I like the fact that when you talk about younger people, I think I'm still young, but I've met really young people who are now, because of probably social media, because of the exposure that we get, they are very out there, they're very opinionated, they really put themselves out there to take up something new. When I talk to my parent or probably my older sisters, etc., where some people are not as courageous to say, I'm gonna quit today, I'm gonna open up a new startup, or I'm gonna take a long sabbatical because I want to help refugee elsewhere in the world. And I felt that kind of change of mindset from just a salaried person to someone who is taking more an active independent role is a good change to society. I'm in several groups who does either young corporate activities, events, or just people who actually put a lot of focus in charity. Recently, we a group of people who I joined actually organised this thing called Seed of Deeds. So we raised about 200,000 ringgit to help sponsor students from the rural areas into more motivational kind of event to help them actually leapfrog themselves from just a rural mindset to be mentored for more future driven role, etc. And it was really great that I was surrounded by all these young people who are just in their teens, in their early 20s, who really put everything out there because they believe that every single effort actually counts. They believe that their effort would actually help other people to actually succeed in life. I guess I like the fact that the younger people now are taking that leap of faith and leap of change into doing things that they really believe in, and the fact that we're much bolder now, I must say. If I just turn the clock and look at 10 years before, I don't think I had that courage. But looking at how things have changed, how people are now moving towards that, I felt that it's a good positive signs to the community and to the country on its own.
That's a key word there, community. So the people are quite community minded. They seem to think what they're doing will help someone else. It's not just me first, right? It's for the community. And so I think that's probably what the foreigners, when they come here, they can feel the natural kind of kindness that people have to one another, the politeness, and it's the Malaysian culture, I believe, right?
Yes.
And of course, being a multiracial country, though we have different cultures here and religions, it's a melting pot for everybody.
Yeah, and I always love the tagline Malaysia is truly Asia, because we've got people from different ethnics, different religion, different races, and we've got everything just here, and we are truly a very diversified and diverse group of community. Yes.
This change that is coming to the world, globalization, the connectiveness, how do you see the role of Malaysia in people? Do you think Malaysians contributors to the world? Do you think that what we have here, that there may be things that people may learn from us, because we're always learning, we've been always learning from the West, from the more advanced countries. Malaysia, we're still not a developed nation yet, and what do you think are some of the things that people might pick up from us, perhaps? Therefore, a better world, a better community, perhaps, and what do you feel are our strengths? I know we have weaknesses too, but let's talk about our strengths.
Yep. Besides the fabulous food that we have.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. That one. And food, for one thing I know, brings people together.
Yeah.
Right? People just family, friends, different cultures. That's the number one. I think maybe people could learn from us is that have food first before you start your meetings.
Yeah. Great. You know what? I like the fact that because I work in such a big organization, and we normally run a lot of events, especially world events. So we've got a lot of conferences going on, etc. And I am involved in quite a number of them. The one thing I see, what Malaysia offers especially, is the fact that we're very hospitable. Malaysia truly emulates that hospitality element everywhere. I mean, people are polite, people are very helpful as well. And you see people, when we organize event, at the end of the day, after 3 days event, people from America, UK, Ireland, etc. come in and would say that we're just a great community that emphasize on being not just polite, hospitable. We are a great host altogether. We make sure that when people come to our home, they are really well taken care of. Not just from the food, from the way how they are treated, up until making sure that towards the end, when we say goodbye to them, they felt like Malaysia is their second home. Because we're just that great of a community that treat other people like family as well. And I find that is a great element that we offer.